Hello, here's Silver the Scavenger, and today we have a friend here who would like to interview me. So I am Silver the Scavenger, the last descendant of Banukai. So she had the ancestor called the Banukai, which was a legend for the Banuks, the shamans, and everyone in Banur really, because she was like the original Banuk or something, and she gave her life and she sacrificed her life, made one with Tech to actually save our people, and she died in the process, but she had children, and I'm one of the last of the bloodlines, so here I am. For believers, I am a reality shifter, but I shifted here, and my soul, my mind, my original dimension is not here. Instead, it is in the original dimension of Horizon Forbidden West. It's kind of weird to give it a name, but it's still true. I've made a video about this, so please go watch my story, because this is not about this. It's more about my people, the blue light, the secrets, how my tech works, and how am I related to the Banukai in the first place, and how all of these lores about the Banuks and our secrets and everything is just some good juice. So I suggest you stay. And if you're not a believer in reality shifting or don't know what it is, please go and watch that first, so you don't actually freak out or think I'm some kind of crazy person who thinks she's some kind of crazy fictional character, because it's not the case. So I am not a fiction kin, but a reality shifter, and I have like this DR, for non-believers or whatever, this DR self, which could be seen as an OC from the Horizon community, but instead of being the OC, it's much more complicated, but it gives me some kind of insights on Horizon and its lores, but these are not canon facts from the game, so not from Horizon Zero Dawn, it's not from any Horizon from the Guerrilla games franchise. It is very similar in how you have some stuff that I know from my DR, but my DR, my original dimension, has a lot of differences with the game here that was channeled from that original dimension, so some facts will be or sound canon, and I'm sorry about the spoilers if there's any ahead, because I'm doing this video between the Horizon game, the second one, and the third game, so nothing has been revealed so far. So nothing really deep about the Banuks, actually, nothing too concrete, and there's still like a lot of lores that we did not, at this point of the timeline here, when I made this video, we did not know about Horizon 3 or the lores in more details about the Banuks and stuff, so I did not know about that. My point is, if I spoil anything, I'm sorry, it's not my intention. I do not intend to spread misinformation either, so if you don't know what reality shifting is, please go and see. What I'm going to say is related to my DR, not from the game of Horizon, which is owned by Guerrilla, so if you have any questions about the real story behind the real game made by Guerrilla instead, you should really address them instead, not me. I'm not trying to spread misinformation or anything, or trying to do any copyright infringements. No, I'm a reality shifter, which means I have a body, I have a physical existence in that dimension right now, as I'm speaking to you, and it's really complicated for me, but basically this is all real, this is not a joke, and you can check my channel, my TikTok, if you want to understand more. Also, I have more detailed stories about what happened to me and why I'm here, and why the hell am I talking about all that stuff and know so much about Horizon. Well, there it is. It's because I'm a reality shifter, so take everything you're gonna see, like, I don't know, fan-made theories about the Horizon 3 or the lores in general from the games, but not as actual facts from the game. So don't make that mistake, and don't come after me, please. I'm just doing this to archive my personal stories and my personal DR self stories, but it's like those events really happened to me, so they're very real to me. So yes, I can say I have a life in the original dimension of Horizon, the game, but not the game. It's like my DR, and it has differences in it. So some things that I will say here will apply to my VR but not the game, so don't come at me after that and say like, oh, you were wrong, blah blah blah. I know some facts can be the same and some fact will differ because my original dimension has differences in it. It didn't happen exactly the way the video game happened, and so it's just logical at this point that yes, it might sound like mistakes, but this is what I've been through. So call it imagination, call it theories, call it whatever you want. It's still the same in the end. It's my own theories per se, from my personal experience and perspective from my DR. So it kind of like gives me some kind of VIP view into all of this without actually being an actual fact from it. So it gives me an idea, if you prefer, of what Horizon 3 could bring, but it's not canon. So yeah, take it with a grain of salt. And good watch. No, I cannot prove that I am a reality shifter. I cannot prove reality shifting. I cannot prove directly that I am the last of Banukai's descendants, Silver's character, but I can try to help explain the things that I know. Maybe it's gonna help, but my goal is not to convince anyone, so feel free to believe or not. Not my responsibility, nor my business at this point. So feel free to believe or not. I'm really just doing this interview to help myself shifting back home, so I mean, you believe or not, at this point it doesn't really change anything in my life, so if you did, thanks. If you liked the video, thanks, but this is more for personal matter or archives. Silence, they're calling me NAI, which I found kind of ironic and hilarious, since I think a lot like one, and I am merged with one back home, Cyan and Gaia. Yeah, plus I can control most machines with my mind back in my DR, so I have so much tech on me, and even inside of me, sometimes it feels like that, yes, like a human with a super computer integrated to it, connected to two powerful AIs, which I mentioned, Cyan and Gaia. No, this is not digital transcendence. Digital transcendence is when you upload your mind or a copy of your mind translated into some codes that can be translated back into your neurotech. This copy of the mind example, what the Zenith wanted to do on Sirius with Nemesis when they created him, when Gerard decided to orchestrate this project, and Walter Londra was fascinated with the brain and the neuro stuff, because he wanted to control people and become some kind of god, because all Zenith were corrupted. So transcendence, digital transcendence, is not the same than what we're doing with Cyan and Gaia. It's the contrary. It's like, it's just merging and connecting with technology. Simply, we feel this gap that we need to communicate between machine and man, so we can become like one, merged, but not entirely merged. It's complicated. Okay, so while the Zenith tried to upload their own minds or a copy of it into Nemesis to actually become one with the AI in a physical way, into they use ionization, which was kind of complicated, but they wanted to merge with him literally, like, and become one entity, and that's what they did. So without the limitation of physical bodies, to be able to possess and control anything that is machine or biological creatures, and humans too. Just like Nemesis was meant for, but Nemesis was just a prototype and it went out of control. And this is not what the Banuks are trying to do with